How did a team that looked broken in May become the NRL premiers in October? How did Michael Maguire, a coach known for control, structure, and grind, turn a chaotic mess into a free-flowing, unstoppable Brisbane Broncos machine? This is the story of evolution, of frustration, of adjustment, and of a coach who learned to speak Bronco. G'day legends, and welcome back to the Old School Broncos podcast. Today, we're going to look a little bit deeper at the season that was and the evolution of our coach, Michael Maguire. Let's rewind to May. The Broncos had just been beaten by the Dragons at home. The fans were frustrated, the media was circling, and I'll be honest, I had had enough. I actually sat down and wrote out a full-blown essay out of pure frustration. Not because I didn't believe in the players, but because I didn't recognize the team I was watching. No aggression, no energy, no structure that made sense. Ball security was shocking. Fitness was questionable. Selections were confusing. And at the center of it all was Michael Maguire, Madge, a coach I thought might be the wrong fit for the roster. Madge had arrived with a reputation for discipline and control. High completion, high intensity, structured footy. But the Broncos aren't the Panthers, and they aren't the Blues. We're built on flair, speed, and confidence. The DNA of this club is attacking football, Broncos footy. And back then, it felt like the DNA had been stripped away. The boys were trying to play someone else's game. They looked uncomfortable, like a racehorse forced to pull a plough. My frustration was simple. You've got Walsh, Mam, Cobbo, Staggs, Carrigan, Haas, athletes made to play fast and free. Why were they running one-out sets like a park footy team in the rain? I think in the essay I referred to them as the Timu Panthers, but they weren't even up to Timu quality. I was thinking either Madge changes to suit the team or he has to clean them out. And I didn't think he'd last long enough to see that later option through. Then came the Manly massacre, our worst loss of the season. And you know what? Sometimes you need that moment, that absolute slap in the face that forces everyone, players, coaches, staff, to stop and reassess. Because right after that, something shifted. Carrigan went back to 13. He'd been used like a blunt instrument up until that point. Now he was back where he could finesse and add some nuance. Hetherington moved back to the bench. Finally, we had punch through the middle of the game. Reece Walsh came back and was given freedom again. He was bringing that much-needed spark that was absent. The team looked different. They looked like they were enjoying their footy again, and the results followed. Now here's the interesting bit. Matty John spoke about this just recently. He said Madge seemed to have gone away from the rigid New South Wales style of X's and O's coaching and started to lean into the free-flowing Queensland footy. And that's exactly what it looked like to us too. He trusted his players to play what's in front of them. He let Reece Walsh off the lease. He stopped trying to turn Haas into a wide-running back rower and let him dominate the middle again. He let Reynolds control tempo and he stopped fighting the Broncos' identity. He embraced it. From that point on, the team gelled. It started with the demolition against the Titans. Wearing those black dog jerseys, looking every bit the rock stars that they are. Then came the wins. 5 straight. A stumble against the Eels, then a flogging of the Rabbitohs. And not long after that, 7 straight victories to end the season, including the final. They didn't just find form, they found belief. They found themselves. The footy was fast, the confidence was back. And suddenly, that hard pre-season grind Madge had drilled into them became the foundation they built their freedom on. They had structure, but it was flexible. They had discipline, but it wasn't suffocating. They had the polish and the flair. That's when you knew they'd found the balance. What makes the story special is that this isn't just the players learning, it was both sides. Madge taught the players about accountability, defense, and resilience. And the players taught Madge about creativity, trust, and the unique spirit of Broncos football. Together, they built something that was more than just a team. It was a reflection of the old Broncos spirit blended with modern professionalism. The lesson? Even the toughest coach can evolve. Even the most talented players can buy into structure if they believe in the person leading them. And when both meet in the middle, sometimes you get premiership football, just like we just did. Now, we'll never know exactly what happened inside those four walls, who said what tweaks were made, but what we do know is that something changed. Because the team that lifted the trophy at the end of the year looked nothing like the side that lost the Dragons in May. And for that, we've got to give credit where it's due. To Madge, to the leadership group, and to the squad that refused to let another season slip away. They didn't just win games, they played Brisbane Broncos footy. Kevin Walters assembled this squad and taught them. Madge added the hard edge, and from there, they went from horrible to premiers, from frustration to fulfillment, from structure to soul. And that, my friends, is evolution. If you felt the same frustration back in May, hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and let's celebrate this ride. Because this wasn't just a comeback season. This was proof that when the Broncos play their way, not only are they entertaining, they're near impossible to stop. This is the Old School Broncos podcast. Let's go, Broncos.